Hello, welcome to ACNN, the Angry Canadian News Network. I'm the Angry Canadian. Oh, I fucked it up again. Try that again. Hello, welcome to ACNN, the Angry Canadian News Network. I'm the Angry Canadian. Would you Americans like a Canadian military story? I'm sure you've heard all about your military, but not much about ours. We're going to start with Afghanistan, so we're not going back too far. You guys have your SEAL team, right? You all know about that, and SEAL Team 6 in particular. Canada has a unit called JTF-2, Joint Task Force 2. And they are the equivalent, and in some ways considered superior, to your SEAL Team 6. And it's not because of the abilities, it's because of the tactics, honestly. The Canadian military and the American military have different tactics, and they get different results. In Afghanistan, JTF-2 works in teams of 4. And in Afghanistan, when JTF-2 was given the task of clearing a compound, eliminating a high-value target, and collecting intelligence, they would, only four guys. They would scope the place out. They would insert themselves for 2, 3, up to 4 days or more into the area. They would get to know the locals. The locals would give them intel on the building and such. And then when the time was right, these 4 guys would go in, kill everyone, and retrieve the intel. This particular operation was over in 8 minutes. The American commander took note of this and was starting to take note of this type of thing. I mean, the Americans, apparently, they would be watching a compound. They knew there was a high value target there and people would be coming and going. And then one day people stopped coming and going because everyone inside the building was dead and JTF-2 had been there. So as the story goes, this one military commander, there were 2 compounds, each with a high value target and each with intel. He gave the Americans the task of clearing one and gave the task of clearing the other one to the Canadians. The Americans went in, as you guys do, with lots of equipment, lots of guys, lots of noise, super clumsy, pissing off the locals, sometimes injuring the locals. That particular operation lasted 45 minutes. I don't think they got any intel because there was lots of time for them to destroy the intel. What the Americans did, they did take 3 prisoners. Apparently one of the objectives of the American military is to take prisoners for political reasons. This is what they said. But that wasn't the mission objective. The mission objective was to eliminate the high value target and retrieve intel. So they eliminated the high value target. They may have captured it, I don't know. They didn't get any intel. The other compound was given to JTF-2. Again, 4 guys only. They scoped the place out, much like the last story I told you. They went in, and it took 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Everyone's dead, but they got all the intel. I don't know, I'm not a military guy, but after this, the American commander in charge of the area decided that JTF-2 and the Americans could no longer work together because he was afraid we were moving too fast. We were just moving way too fast. Obviously, the military objectives, or how the objectives were obtained, and were completely different and just not compatible. We had no casualties. JTF-2 had no casualties in Afghanistan. You guys were taking casualties because of your, for lack of a better word, clumsiness. And this is another reason why the American military doesn't want to engage Canada, right? I mean, we have JTF-2. They know what we can do. We have special forces that are very special. JTF-2 was secret. The Canadian public, we didn't even know about them until some stories started surfacing after the war in Afghanistan. And so yeah, don't fuck with us.